hate to break the fishing news after Chuck, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations. You're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down.
Yep.
All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Hello, Oilers Nation world. It's your old friend OJ, and I got a funny story to tell. I flew all my boys in the other day to come say one last goodbye, because when the cancer fits, you must quit. And when I opened my eyes again, I was slicing through those clouds like a knife through butter, going up, up, up and away. And I said to myself, OJ, I can't believe it. Are you actually going to heaven? And then the weirdest thing happened. All of a sudden, I began to fall and fall hard. And when I meant to hit the ground, all of a sudden, there was a shovel, sharp as a knife, cutting open the earth. And I went deep, deep, deep. And I met a guy who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. He named the devil. And that is my story. OJ out for good.
Thank you, Ghost OJ.
Oh, you're welcome, Bag Milk.
I assume we'll be hearing from Ghost OJ as the show continues.
Probably a lot. I've got nothing to do anymore.
Well, if you saw the video that OJ put out on X over the weekend, he said
X.
he was going to be fine.
Over the weekend, he said he was going to be fine?
Well, this is probably
Is that the first time he's lied to us?
I've never known OJ to lie to us before. Find me one example.
Can't.
I looked all
Impossible.
Respect a positive attitude to the end. I mean, he's overcome great odds before in life.
If there is one thing that our old friend OJ has, it is stick-to-itness. It is gumption and the ability to see the positive in the negative.
149 yards a game rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stats, really.
Numbers are wild.
I feel bad for the guy that's got to do his eulogy.
You just got to leave a chunk out.
Yeah, I think you're like, OJ, what can I say?
He went from playing in the NFL to the Naked Gun movies, and I kind of lost track of him after that.
And then, yada, yada. Are you going to yada, yada?
Yeah, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
We're here today.
Yada, yada, yada.
Predeceived by his wife.
Ooh. I was going to do a whole bit about, and then I walked through the doors of heaven and I saw Nicole there. And I was like, I missed you, girl. But I wasn't going to do it.
You just did it.
No, I didn't. No. I didn't do it. I was going to do it, but I didn't do it.
Saying that you were going to do it, then describing it, but not doing it doesn't count.
See, I didn't do it.
Didn't count.
No. Didn't do it.
It was workshopping a bit that got cut on the cutting
We're
room
talking
floor.
here. We're spitballing.
Yeah. Workshopping.
I was spitballing to myself.
No Tyler today. No Jay. Wanye, Chalmers, Bag Milk, Liam sitting in.
Nice.
Got a different crew today. Got to start off by thanking our friends at DoorDash. I hate cooking, Chalmers. I can't do it. Thankfully, DoorDash is there for me. Sometimes I double dash. I'll get my entree, and then I'll get a dessert. No extra charge, Wanye.
Nice.
DoorDash have that for a limited time only. Our listeners can get 25% off and zero delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the promo code NATION25. That's 25% off up to a $10 value. Zero delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the promo code NATION25. One last reminder. Promo code NATION25 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Offer valid in Canada, subject to change. Terms do apply. Lehman is very... watch the video version. Lehman is obsessed with the lighting right now.
Well, I look like I've not been outside for 3 weeks.
You do. You look very pale.
Yeah, you're washed out a little bit.
He's obsessed. He's obsessed with how he looks. What a diva.
Lights.
Maybe
A diva.
Maybe pop in, get a tan this weekend.
Maybe
At Diamond and Diamond Tanning Salon.
Yeah, maybe join Diamond and Diamond as a junior lawyer. 6 years from
Something
now.
to consider.
There's nothing stronger than a diamond.
I love those commercials so much.
They're the best.
And now that they're a bit every time they come on TV and my mentions light up, it just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Everything about it is great.
Little do people realize Diamond and Diamond is a sponsor of the show. And they said, do you have ingenious ways of making us viral? And we said, yeah.
That's the best type of ad marketing. The ones that are candid, that are off the cuff.
You don't see it coming.
You don't see it coming.
Now,
All
dear
I
listener,
know-
you could argue, well, if they're your advertiser, why are they currently suing you in federal court for defamation?
Because they're Canada's largest law firm.
By average lawyer size.
Average lawyer height,
Yes.
tan, and volume.
Speaking of not seeing it coming, do you think
Go
the
ahead.
devil was like intimidated by OJ?
No.
Like, you're a really bad guy. I mean, I'm bad, but like, you're really bad.
I don't think so. I think the devil would be welcoming him,
Yeah.
joining him to the party. Be like,
Who else is going
"OJ,
to welcome him?
Here's
He's
your
like,
friends."
oh, Jeff, I knew I'd see you again.
Jeff.
Epstein.
Oh. Again. Inferring they were on the island together.
I knew I'd see you again, old friend.
Well, that's the big news everybody's talking about, you know?
Yeah.
OJ down. OJ gone.
You think Puff Daddy's career's hit a bit of a...
I just like the videos of him like hugging Bieber and stuff. Like,
Oh, the one with the Mike Tyson. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
No,
Where they're on the couch
no.
and then Mike Tyson grabs his hand and puts it back on his lap and then
But
shuffles.
that's old, right?
It's old, yeah.
I think yes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I
That
don't know
was
what's
a weird
going on
one.
there at all.
People like to look into things. I didn't really see. I don't think that like he was trying to touch Tyson. I don't
Bad
think
Boy
he's
for
that
Life
much of
is
an
a good
idiot.
jam, and now I can't enjoy it anymore.
That's the worst part about all this. I loved R. Kelly
I
jams.
love Bad Boy jams, man.
Yeah,
He's been leaving clues in his music all along. Bad Boy.
ain't no party like a Diddy party.
That's what I heard. And now that's got a very different meaning.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clips of people saying there ain't no party like a Diddy party.
So before we get to Oilers and stuff, there's obviously the other big story in hip hop right now: rap beef. J.Cole
I've got some on
does something nobody's really ever done in a rap beef before. He puts out a diss track.
which was kind of mid, be honest.
Yep. Diss track comes back his way. And he says, instead of dissing again, he goes, my bad, man. I'm sorry. We respect it.
Who did he diss?
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh,
And Kendrick Lamar then put out a diss track. And apparently, as Joe Budden, remember Joe Budden?
Of course, I listen to him all the time.
Do you actually?
Yeah, yeah.
He says that Drake's got two locked and loaded.
World Star, just before we started recording, I should say, put out a post on Instagram saying Drake's track drops tonight.
Ooh-wee.
This is so stupid.
Like, so nobody's getting shot these days. They're just like arguing. Country
It's
club
all
rappers.
fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's a bunch of rich people sitting around having meetings with their publicists. trying
Yeah,
to
but I'd
figure
much
out-
rather this than Little Mabu and that guy that crosses his feet on a time and like a over 120 degree angle that goes, hey, get me out of here. And then like they gave each other Ferraris and like this stuff comes on my Instagram feed every so often. And I
They
just
give
go,
each other Ferrari.
do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's this kid who stands like his feet way out to the side and he just makes horrendous noises.
And he's a trillionaire.
I gotta find him.
thanks
Who
to
he be?
TikTok.
what's his name?
Lil Mabu.
Little Mabu.
Oh,
Little
yeah. Okay. I know
Mabu.
Lil Mabu.
I cannot stand this fella.
Couldn't name a song, but I know he is.
So I'd rather this, some fabricated beef between rappers I like. If it's gonna, hey,
I don't even think-
I'm gonna listen.
I would be
I'm gonna
with Chalmers
download.
too, as long as the tunes are good.
Yeah.
I don't think that J. Cole's was all that good.
J.Cole. No longer relevant. Kendrick Lamar. No longer relevant. Drake. So big. Like LeBron James. He's just going to go up out on top.
But did you download Future and Metro Boomin's
Yes.
album?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't even know it was coming out because
I didn't either until I
You
heard
should have had a beef.
Kendrick.
We don't
And then
trust
somebody
you to
tried
do
to
this.
like get a beef with him.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to create like a Drake Future beef, and
Yeah.
it really didn't get off the ground. And I still haven't downloaded that thing.
No.
Anyways, I'm just saying
It's okay. It's just Future's not really my guy.
I like him, except he can't rap in like live.
He doesn't really rap at all.
No,
Who?
Future.
Well, I kind of sing raps.
Yeah.
I like him. I've always liked him.
Me too.
Yeah. And then I saw him in concert and he was wearing an Oilers jersey. He was with Drake and he couldn't finish his lines because he was out of breath. Like he couldn't, you could tell he's like a studio rapper. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Not fit.
And that concludes our music session.
All I know is that if there is a Drake diss track dropping tonight, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, man. We put on
I don't
music.
care if they actually hate each other or not. I just want new tunes.
We put on music in the car and like old Drake songs come on, old Kanye songs come on. Drake stands the test of time, man.
Yeah, man.
Those old songs are still so good. And you go, man, there was a time when I listened to this 10 times in a day. And then the next day, 8 times, 6 times. And then I kind of just forgot about it because there was so many other
To come.
Drake tracks, like tracks that were good. You know, when you can start an album and then all the way through, the one where it's the blue background and it's him as a kid with a pick in his hair. That album, I don't remember what it was called. It is front to back, one of the best things in the world.
Nothing was the same.
Nothing was the same.
Yeah, nothing was the same.
And then there's one with the writing on it oh God, I should have just looked
His
this up.
album Take Care. Now, Bag Milk, you'll have the actual numbers here, but I swear it was on the top 200 albums for like a decade. Take Care. Like it was always in the
on
top
Billboard
200.
you're talking about?
Pardon me?
On Billboard you're talking about?
Yeah. Like,
What songs are on the album?
like started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Oh,
My favorite thing, I'm looking this up for
Yeah,
you. My favorite thing is one of the greatest things I did was buy a TV that has YouTube built into it.
Yeah.
So letting the YouTube algorithm kind of dictate my day.
It's the greatest.
Is so fun.
It's the best.
So I got into a Drake rabbit hole via the YouTube algorithm, and it was just pumping me all these Drake jams that I haven't heard in a long time. Also accompanying them with the video is great because then you get to see skinny bobblehead Drake back in the day. Now he's all jacked.
Yep.
You get to see the transition. Went from Aubrey to Drake.
Of algorithms, as far as algorithms are concerned, the YouTube one is the best. If I want to hear He Stopped Loving Her Today by Georgia Jones, and that's the type of mood I'm in, it's going to give me no less than 20 suggestions right after that. And every single one will be good. And then you just start going down. And I really like that you can search them too. Like you can look at them while the video is playing, because they used to basically, if you went to another video and you started looking at it, like just like searching through it, the other one would stop. And that was always a party killer. But
For some reason, I can't find this readily available.
My internet isn't.
if it's too late, or if you're reading this is too late, and Nothing Was Ever the Same are the two albums that you can, unbelievable. Yeah. Anywho,
Views, great.
Views, great. I mean, they're all great.
Scorpions got some massive tracks.
So I can't wait for this. I can't wait for tonight.
Yeah, I don't really care if they dislike each other at all. I'm
so
just here
how
for the
is
tunes.
Drake involved in this?
Because he was, I think that when J.Cole said the one line that's got everybody going, Drake, Kendrick, and J.Cole were considered the big three in rap right now. And when he rapped the words, "There's no big three, there's only big me," that brought Kendrick and Drake into it. Kendrick fired back first, and then J.Cole apologized, and here's where we are now.
Is Kendrick Lamar still?
No, he's got one album, and I didn't even like it that much.
He hasn't done anything for a long time,
He's
right?
kind of like the Pearl Jam of hip hop. Like his initial album was unbelievable. He kept that GOAT status. Like he never, like Pearl Jam's always been considered amazing. They just haven't done a lot of shit. And Kendrick Lamar, same thing.
I think with Kendrick, he's got like verses that are unbelievable every now and then. He's got like N95 on his last album is the only good song to me.
That album had like DNA and Loyalty. That was an unbelievable.
King Kunta?
That's a little bit older.
I don't know. That was a good song.
That one album.
Yeah, with Humble and like
Humble. Yeah, that album was amazing.
Yes, that's Damn, I think.
Damn. Yeah. Damn.
Great album. Last one, N95, good jam. Rest, not for
Just remember when it used to be like every other week there was something new coming out from big time artists. We just don't have that anymore.
You know who fell off that I was quasi cheering for falling off because I didn't really like him, but I didn't know why? Was Chance the Rapper.
Don't even
say that.
See, where did that guy go? I watched a video of him on Instagram or TikTok the other day, and he was performing in front of like 15 people.
He blew up massively.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that
and got
album,
annoying.
Purple album.
Yeah.
I mean, even back in the day, you had guys like Chingy. Girl, you want to come to my hotel?
Holiday Inn,
Baby, I
baby.
will give you my room, kid.
Is that Chingy?
Well, that's R. Kelly and Chingy, isn't it?
Holiday Inn is Chingy. That's his big
We
one.
had the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
I saw like a documentary about Chingy, and they interviewed him like present day, and he didn't think he'd fallen off.
Like, where are all these
He's like,
one-hit
"No, I'm
wonders?
good, I'm
we don't
good."
have any one-hit wonders anymore. They put one or two
Lil
songs
Pump?
out, and they saw, oh, God.
I love Lil Pump. He just got beat up by Logan Paul.
Oh man, he punched him good.
Yeah.
Lil Pump went down.
Oh yeah,
I was happy to see it, to be honest.
that's the most relevant Lil
What,
Pump's
is this
been in a while.
recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago.
Logan Paul.
No, Jake Paul. Jake Paul punched.
Jake Paul's getting ready for Tyson. He's
Yeah,
punching out Lil Pump.
You know it.
He gave him a body
What
shot.
is happening?
That's how you get clout.
He gave him a body shot. And he just folded right over.
Body shot.
Like a real body shot.
It was like right to the kidney, just down, and he was doing that thing where he goes,
we call it the Lil Pump noise.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, check that video at Chalmers.
So
You're gonna
before we
enjoy
get to hockey, are you guys interested at all in UFC 300?
that. No,
When is it?
A little bit.
I think it's this weekend.
It is. It's a pretty crazy.
but like
card.
I've heard that this is a big card.
It's huge. I think everyone on the card is like a former champion or something like that.
Yes.
I just showed him.
So Lil Pump just, this is not like, this is they're in a ring and he's like, punch me.
Yes.
Well, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Wouldn't be surprised if he lacerated his spleen.
These guys getting MMA guys to kick him in the legs when they see him in hotel lobbies. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You said one guy get kicked in his leg just.
Yeah, I did. That was John Jones that kicked him.
Why?
John Jones is.
Why would you ever want that?
This is stupid.
You're so stupid.
Because you just want some couth for the gram.
But like now you got a broken leg.
Great. Yeah. Cool.
Good for me.
Sign it. Chicks will love a cast.
Yeah. Yeah, John Bone Jones said sign your broken leg.
I need to know, you know how you can see the salary of everybody in sports and what they make? I need that for Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. You know the guy that goes, no way, what?
Yeah.
And then,
Do you know he's from Alberta?
no,
Yeah, he's from Alberta.
Come on. We got to get him on this podcast.
What do you do?
So like he'll watch a video of somebody doing like a life hack, something that not many people know can happen. And then it'll cut to him and he'll go, no way, what? And then he'll go do it. You mean to tell me? And then he'll go do it and prove it or something. Like
he's got higher ratings than CNN.
I just want to know how much this guy, because I'm listening to a podcast the other day, the Dan Patrick Show. They have guest hosts Covino and Rich. These two are being like
satellite radio. They've been on forever.
Poised. Yeah, they've been on forever, but they're being poised to now like take over a coveted spot at like Fox Sports Radio. Anyways, they just start out of nowhere. It's like an inside joke between where they just answer everything. Where if you say something, I go, no way. Right. And I'm like, this guy's so popular that like they know about him, which means everybody knows about him. I want to know how much these guys make.
He's in Canada. He makes zero.
TikTok Creator Fund only works in the US because that's the only country China's trying to destabilize currently.
There's no TikTok Creator Fund in Canada, so that guy makes zero.
Also,
But what about from
TikTok,
like Instagram and Twitter?
He'll make from Instagram.
Yeah, he can make
Twitter
revenue.
just a
brand
little
deals.
bit, probably not a lot.
Like if you look at even No Others Nation's monetization of Twitter is next to nothing.
Do you guys follow the Cornbread Cowboy?
No,
Is that porno?
No.
Yeah, that sounds like porno.
It is a guy who looks like your stereotypical dude from like Drayton Valley. He's got a big paunch,
What's his name?
Cornbread Cowboy. He wears tight
Porno.
pants, and all he does.
Add
Watch what you're
porno at
Googling.
the end.
So
NSFW.
he does a video that just says, getting ready to smash a homer at my beer league softball game and then take the missus to Applebee's. And it'll just be him. Yeah, that guy. And he's just walking out of the dugout, crushing a Miller Lite with the tightest softball uniform you've
that looks
ever
like
seen.
a Big Cat bit.
I know what you guys are thinking.
This guy is hilarious, and he doesn't even. I don't even know what he sounds like, but I want to know how much this guy makes a year from being Cornbread Cowboy. Because
also-
if it's a lot, I'm gonna do something.
Cowboy Chris is coming out of the
Yeah, Cowboy Chris is just
Coming out of the
always a
box
thing.
again?
He
Yeah.
also spells cowboy with an I.
Oh yeah, he does. Cowboy.
I would also add that we're currently on a podcast we're paid to do, so it's not like you're that far away from your
No,
dreams.
but we don't
It's not
have a shtick like him.
Unfathomable people learning and living.
You could be Ghost OJ on TikTok now.
Yeah, you could be. Nobody's
could be
doing
you,
that. You
but I
could
would
just
do
do the like.
Nobody's doing that.
You could just
I
do
wonder
the-
why.
Ghost OJ.
So how does one like myself?
You could do the green screen thing where just your mouth moves.
Go claim your
Ghost
account
OJ.
at TikTok, Ghost OJ,
So
and
I
the
can
O's can
finally-
be zeros if need be.
I can finally use that app where it's the real person's
Yeah.
face, but just my mouth.
Yeah. Or you just get like a ghost and you're just the little
If you
TikTok
told me
world.
right now that could
Ghost
make me
OJ.
$150,000 a year doing Ghost OJ, and I would have to post once every 3 days,
Oh,
I would
please.
do it.
Why are you making this so difficult?
That didn't sound difficult at all.
If you're doing this full time
Full time.
You
for
got
150,
For 150 G's, man.
you're
you
not
gotta
doing your
commit
other
to
job
this.
if you make 150 off.
No, that's
Ghost
what I'm
OJ.
saying. But why would I have to do it full time? I mean, you
Why
can't
can't
do
you-
365 videos.
Why are you lazy,
of
Ghost OJ?
Yeah,
Why don't you go
Ghost
for
OJ's
it?
got poor work ethic.
He just gives his opinion on everything.
Ghost OJ's got big dreams, but poor work.
Yeah,
Good morning, X World. Ghost OJ here.
you could read the weather to start the day.
I woke up today with my master's picks locked in. And the last time I checked, my boy Rory wasn't doing so good. Ghost OJ out. Like, what do you want? Like, is
That could be it.
that's
all
it?
you need.
Could be.
You just need 11 minutes every hour for ads, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll be
They
fine.
need to start releasing these people's earnings.
I think they do.
Some
Well,
of them do for
So let's do
sure.
the-
I don't
Like,
believe
Do me a favor and look at Bella. Do you know who Bella Porch is?
No.
Forbes rankings of money and shit now is so bullshit. I don't believe a word out of anyone's mouth.
I don't either, but they're fun to look at. So like Bella Porch is the person with the most followers on TikTok. So pull up and see if you can find her earnings.
What does she do? She doesn't just do the dances.
Yeah, she just did the dances. And now she pivoted.
So she's hot, clearly.
She's pivoted that into like, now she's making
aerospace engineering.
Yep. Now she works at NASA. She's working on the rockets.
What was your hand dancing? What were you doing, Chalmers? What is she? I don't even know.
This hand kind of dancing?
Yeah, she would. Yeah.
Look, he's throwing both. He's offering a gift.
That's exactly what that is.
For everyone.
It's fart gift. Because you're grabbing it from your crotch area. And then you're giving it to the left.
Porch.
And then you're giving it to the right.
So it's, I think this might, I don't know if this is just from TikTok, but it says she makes almost 7 million.
Come again?
Doing a little dancey dance.
Yeah.
That's how much a bench player makes on the Boston Celtics.
See, the only thing I'm not is a hot teenage girl.
No,
come on.
Doesn't
Don't
help.
be mean to yourself.
No, that attitude anyway.
You could be.
Come on.
Change your outfit a little.
I don't even want to get in the weeds on the anxious generation.
What you talking about?
It's a book.
You're going to write a book?
It got me scared.
Oh, no.
I don't even know why. We're not even going to talk about it because I haven't read it, but I read the back and I know what it's about. And I do not like that we're doing the biggest social experiment of all time with our children and social media. And
would you like to go back to fax
could
machines?
this backfire?
I want to dig into this a little bit.
No, I don't.
I just want to know what you're talking about.
Okay, so because the minute smartphones were invented, there has been a decline in
intelligence,
youth attention spans.
Oh, for sure.
And basically what it's creating is a generation of anxious people.
So I read a book.
It's creating mental health problems.
100% it is.
I read a book called The Shallows by Nicholas Carr.
Ooh,
Lady Gaga.
That's a great song.
And it talks about how the malleability of our brain is really being affected by our just doom scrolling, where everything is just instant attention. And it lends to what you're talking about. So if you're looking for another book to not read, or at least check out the back on.
One time when
The Shallows by Nicholas Carr.
Shadows by Nicholas Carr.
Yeah.
When the Chernobyl documentary came out, me and Bagmo were talking about it on the phone. We're like, hey, that's pretty crazy, that scene where they just like send those soldiers in with shovels to like pick up all the radioactive shit. Hey, yeah. You ever think that that's like us on social media and we're just like been on here too long and we're like the guys with the shovels that have been too close? No, that's not us.
It's just when you see a trend, you can usually see like the positives and the negatives of it, right?
Like dumping water on ourselves.
Exactly right.
Cured ALS.
Exactly.
Dude, really?
They raised enough money. Ultimately,
did you really have to ask that?
No, but they, they said that they've raised enough money. They had to actually like stop donations and donate to other programs. And they figured that the boom in research funding from the ALS challenge will cure ALS.
Social
That's
media
really positive.
It's becoming kind of shit though.
Yes,
Like
I think so.
Right. So what's the positive of it?
The news.
Okay. So
Like
you
getting news.
I get to make my memes.
memes.
People enjoy my memes.
Like I don't have TikTok. I think it's pointless. I use.
Is it that, or did you spend too much time on it?
Well, both. I was spending so much time. I was like, what am I doing?
I can give you lots of social media positives, Chalmers. Here's one. Ready?
For children, not us. And not people who use it. I'm talking about your average 13 to 17-year-old.
Social media and smartphones ultimately made the world a lot safer because now the instant anyone witnesses anything happening, 10 4K phones come out and record the incident in a 360.
Yeah, but nobody stops it.
But they wouldn't have before.
What?
But before, what would have happened is a cop would have showed up with a pad and paper and like a fedora and a ace of spades tucked into it. He would have said, "What'd you see?" And then you'd been like, "I believe it was a gentleman. It may have been a woman beating up another individual who may or not have been human." Like people are notoriously unreliable for witness statements. Now you have video.
Although no one ever caught what that woman was yelling about on the plane.
Did you ever look into that lady?
Oh, yeah. She's been all over the place. She's not crazy. She just had a bad
Have you ever seen
moment.
the guy that she was yelling at? He's covered
Scooby-Doo
head to toe in tattoos. Like
she's not nuts. She had a really good job. She's like a really successful
person. Dating a guy from Barstool, I think.
Well, she got involved with them and they had her on and she just had a bad moment, man. And it was caught on camera. And so there's a downside. You can't have a bad moment now.
But now you can't like take a guy around the corner and club him with a bat because people will run around the corner and video you.
Yeah, I think we've taken a right when we should have stayed straight. My whole thing was my 13 Studies show that if you give a 9-year-old kid a guitar, they will learn it faster than if you give it to them at 20.
Right.
We are giving these kids the tools that can be very negative and not monitoring it, not knowing the effect of it. It's like smoking in the 50s. I see all these fun things, vintage things about the kitchen of the future will have an ashtray that will extinguish your cigarette for you.
Juice, is that you?
I guess it might be. They didn't know the effects. And even if they did, there was a period of time where they ignored that.
If you're trying to get me to a spot where the only time I'm allowed to enjoy my
not about you. It's
when
about
I'm shit-faced, or if I'm on a vacation, I go, trip phone don't count.
It's about impressionable teenagers. 10 years old. My kids will not have Instagram, Snapchat, X. They will not have any form of social media until they are 17, 16, 17, 18 years old. And I know that they've formed this base where they can understand what it is and what the positives and the negatives are, and not get completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Warped by it. When they're in their formative years and they're seeing, I'm 44 years old and I go on there and I see that hard rock dude from Miami. Where are you? I'm on Rodeo Drive in a $600 beanie. And I'm going, I'm in Edmonton. I think and I go, I can feel how that envy, that it can seep in. And especially if you don't know how to control it, if you don't know what it is and you're that young, it will create a baseline in a child or a young person that is really tough to change.
That goes in line with, do you know who Charlie Munger is?
No.
Charlie Munger gave some advice before he died. And he goes, the world is not driven by greed, friends. No, it is driven by envy. We all want to keep up with the Joneses. And that's kind of what you're talking about.
I drive through neighborhoods and I see a company I've never heard of before building 5 houses on a street. I am a house builder. I am building houses, but I see their 5 and I go, fuck, why aren't I at that 5? Why don't I have that 5?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it doesn't motivate me to go work harder. I already want to work hard. What it does is it makes me feel shitty that I'm not doing it. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
So I don't know. I didn't want to get in the weeds about this, but it's a very, very real conversation. And this guy's making, he was on Joe Rogan. I didn't listen to it yet. I just know what his message is. And I just know that I have in the back of my mind been thinking about it for a while because I have kids of that age.
Sure.
And they are coming up on it. And they come to me and they say, can I get this app? Can I get this app? My friend has it. And I go, absolutely not. I'm so sorry. Because I've been in cars with teenagers, 15, 14 years old, where they get in the car with their parents and they put their earphones in, right? And they just don't listen. They don't have a conversation with their parents. That is not going to be my house. We are not doing that. There is places and times where you are allowed to do that. When we get in cars, when we are in public, you are not in your own world like that. You're going to be a present in this world, in this thing that we're doing.
May I present to you an option for your children?
Sure.
Snow Valley Aerial Park. It opens on May 31st. It's fun for the whole family.
Well said.
Attractions include the Aerial Tower, White Mud Creek Mining Company, Target Golf, and all new mini golf. Creekside Eats will be open for snacks and refreshments. Watch for all on-hill events all summer long, or you do a little camping at the Rainbow Valley Campground, which opens on May 15th. You can go book your spot at rainbow-valley.com. It is Edmonton's only campground. Take advantage of over 60 sites and 3 comfort camping domes right here in the city, Chalmers.
Love it. See, that's
a little bit more family fun.
Totally. And I love, that's getting outdoors. That's getting dirty.
You can also do a virtual tour on, you won't want that.
You know what the downside to the kids going out and being active is? They must shower in the morning to get ready for school, to be awake, to be present in that moment, to be, I've seen them not shower in the morning and they look like they are just going to fall asleep in their first class. So I make them shower in the morning, no matter what. We're going to shower in the morning. That is your routine. But when they go outside all day and they get dirty, they shower at night. Now, water ain't cheap. Okay. They charge you for that.
Oh, yeah.
They charge you to have it come out of the tap, and then they charge it to go down that drain.
Do they really?
Yeah, buddy. There is water charges and drainage charges.
Sometimes I look at my water bill and the disposal charges are more than the rest of it.
I'm going to tell you a little story here.
Go ahead.
Right before this, I got a text message from Epcor. I have a rental property. The average use of that rental property is 35 cubic meters, cubic centimeters. I don't know what it is. It's 35. That's what I pay every month as their utilities. I get a message that says there is an absorbent amount of water being used at this property. You need to go check and see if there's a leak somewhere. I kind of go, fuck. Okay. Call the renters. I say, I'm coming in. Give them their notice. I go inside the house. There's no leaks, but I go into the upper floor and the toilet is running. The flange is not hitting. It's not like shutting off.
Yep.
I said, how long has this been happening? They go, well, probably about 3 weeks. I don't know, a month. I'm like, you didn't think to tell me that? Like, you didn't think to call me? I look on the email that they have sent. 35 is my average month. Do you know what this month is?
Ooh, I love this case.
Let's
I'm going to say 180.
250.
604.
So it's 20 times more.
20 times more. I walked down. I said, do you have any idea how much this is going to cost? You have literally, for 3 weeks, been running a hose into a drain 24 hours a day. And you never thought to call me?
It's just stressing me out. I want to listen to this.
I am fucking stressed out. Do you know how much the part costs to fix the toilet?
Fast forward.
No. Do you know how much
I didn't go far enough. Fast forward.
Do you know how much?
I'm going to say,
I know.
Just give me $2.
$10.
300.
$15. Why are you?
Because, man, whenever
that
you talk
happening
about
at your
this,
house?
probably. I don't know, man. Fuck. You're always like, is anybody changing their bib hoses? Do you know how to crawl inside your walls and look for fucking fire?
Okay, so Chris Chalmers
Christ,
Construction
man, I don't know
Corner.
all
Here
this
we go.
shit.
Chris Chalmers Construction Corner.
You come to 1 in 30 shows, the other 29, I'm worried that my shit's broken.
If your toilet every day for a month is silent after the minute the tank fills, but then for 3 full weeks it just sounds like it's continuously filling,
What, am I gonna go around my
call
house?
someone.
Oh.
Fix it.
So
you gotta go listen to your turlets, people.
something like this happened to me. So
How-
when I lived in a rental property and I had a roommate, and he was my second roommate in that place. I had roommates before, and my bill was coming in, and I had it from the one before, and it was the standard, pretty much the same every month. And all of a sudden, it just got like high for like a month. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. It wasn't that extreme, but I was like, this is weird. So
There's a water bill.
yeah.
Okay.
And I asked him, I was like, hey, like, is your toilet making weird sounds? He's like, yeah, it's been doing it for like the past couple of weeks. I'm like, dude.
Did you not think to?
Like,
did
it's
you?
not normal?
If my house, when I do my perimeter check every
what I'm
night,
thinking about this is like, I'm thinking about now, like if Epcor had not contacted you.
buddy,
Oh,
how long would this have gone on? So when you do a
is that
perimeter
bill,
check
right?
every night, if you live in any sort of routine and anything is
Perimeter
different,
check every night. What the fuck? No,
all that
man.
means is checking the doors to be locked,
I don't know.
shutting all the lights off and all the TVs, and then just listening
yes.
for a sound that's out of the ordinary. I'm telling you, this world is so consistent that there is a crow that crows outside of my window. I sleep with my window open every night because I love it to be cold. Every night, 6:30 a.m. Caw-caw!
Is that night or morning? I'm all over the road.
6:30 a.m. So I know that if I wake up to go pee at 4, getting out the Ryan Cokes from the night before, then I need to shut the window if I want to sleep past 6:30. I don't ever get to. But I'm just saying, man, this life is not
I
that
can't go
hard.
around all the washrooms in Wanye Manor and listen with the stethoscope to see if any of them
You
are
don't
running.
need a stethoscope. You just need ears.
Then I got to check my furnace thing, and then I got to check my bib thing with the thing, and then I got to go check the engine on the fridge, and then I got to go check the flange valve. Fucking hell, when is there time for Me.
If you own a rental property, you better have
Many.
an ironclad
I
contract
have
because
many rental properties. We're sitting in one. Maybe those toilets are running right now. That's all I'm thinking right now. Oh, fuck. I wonder if the toilets are
Question.
running in the Airbnb right now.
do you have a stipulation that no outside appliances are to be used in a rental property?
Huh? No,
God.
I don't know. What the fuck?
In the summer, my electrical bill at the property went up way high. And I went, what the hell? In the summer, everything should be not working. Like the furnace isn't working as much. What are you using electricity for? Fans don't take that much. Well, they had installed 2 window air conditioning machines.
Mm.
Did not tell me. I went over there. I see him in the window. I go, what are you doing here? I pay your utilities. Like you can't just like add an outside appliance. Oh, why? It's hot. I'm like, yeah, I get that, but you can't just add an AC unit to the rental unless you want to talk to me about it. Like, I am fired up.
Is that how rentals work? You get the utility bill?
No.
Not all
So
of
what
them.
I have is
Done.
and this is the way that I have a couple properties, which is the upper floor and the basement suite are 2 separate things.
Good thinking, Chalmers. Good work.
So they are legal basement suites. So they have separate furnaces for each one.
I've lived in one of those.
Right.
Right.
The problem is to run that furnace, you need power and gas.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get separate feeds for both of those, outside of the house, you need to get 2 separate gas lines and 2 separate electrical meters.
Right.
Those, they don't give those away. Okay. So instead of doing that, what you do is you kind of build an average utility cost into the rent.
Gotcha.
And then you don't have to get, because in a spot where they would just take over the utilities, they'd be under their name. Now they're living in your house with utilities under your name. Well, in my house, that doesn't really work. In the houses that I have, they don't work because it costs a lot of money to get those separated.
Right. That makes sense.
So, yeah, there's that. It's Thursday's Masters Thursday. We had a great game against the Vegas Knights, and we have not even talked a lick of sports.
No, man, you've been stressing me out about my goddamn house. Bag milk the other day, I was thinking to myself, well, like myself, I should just stop this nonsense and rent an apartment.
Oh, Hannafin just signed an 8-year deal.
Go on.
Sorry.
No,
That
you go.
makes
no, I want you to finish your thing.
That's it.
How much?
Scared to say.
so you
7.35.
So you were scrolling social media, getting your brain worked,
Oh, I got
and
my
you thought that
notifications
interrupting Wanye
Yeah.
with a Noah Hannafin deal.
No.
Just kidding. Okay, go back to what you're saying.
Move into a new tower. There's a bunch of them going up in Edmonton.
Sure.
Live downtown.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have a finite number of what your total cost is.
Mhm.
There are no scary things Chalmers talking about. There's no special assessment.
But you are not building to any greater.
In my personal instance,
Okay.
I am. Because
Sure.
I have commercial stuff. Maybe the stress of living in a house where I have to worry about all this dad stuff, like
No.
the bib of my hose.
Mhm.
Maybe this is too much. Maybe
It's like, well, you and I are the same because to me, house is one part.
Yeah.
Something broken, house broken.
bro, house broken. What
Yeah.
Chalmers do? No understand.
Mm-mm.
Like renting though, like my wall's a mush wall.
Yeah.
That's the tower's problem.
I thought about that too. We've talked
Have you? Okay. So 2 different worlds, I guess. I can do a lot of things around a house. It's clear.
about it. Mhm.
I know a lot of people that cannot. I think I might be looking at 3 of them.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
I have to call my
you
dad.
rent something and now you are having a problem and you are relying on somebody you do not know who may not be worth. What's a good saying for
That's
like
who
not
I'm
being
calling
worth
though.
a shit?
If I have to,
But not being
send-
worth a shit and expecting them to come fix your problem. What if they don't?
But when I send for a tradesman,
What if they
now,
create a bigger
Chalmers,
problem?
It's somebody who shows up to a house that isn't theirs, charges me an arm and a leg, and fucks off. If you have a building super, your rent is tied to your happiness.
Sure.
If they're fucking you up with something for like the long term, you
Absolute worst case, you bounce. Lease over.
I get it. There's 2 sides to this coin, and I get that. But when I talk about, I believe that you, and when you have children and then you start to manage a household, a family, that it might benefit you to at least learn the basics.
Well, I know the basics.
I know you know the basics.
I've lived on
Some of the things I talk
I've
about.
lived as an adult since 2007.
Yes. You can change a light bulb.
Well, but like in the middle of the night when I wake up and I hear something whirring I haven't heard before, I'm like,
yes.
Someone else.
So see, you don't need a stethoscope. You got great ears.
But I go back to sleep, Chalmers. I
Well, then that is just.
I give one fuck. I walk past the running toilet. I'm like, you bish, and I keep walking.
If I wake up in the middle of the night and there is one anomaly in that house, I ain't sleeping until I figured that damn thing out.
All right.
I never developed that gene.
I know.
Nobody taught me any of that shit.
And that's why tradesmen and handymen should get paid more money.
I think the lesson here is more kids need to be tradesmen and less need to be YouTubers. Liam, thoughts?
I agree.
Yep. There's
As he's on his
telling you.
As he's on his phone.
How he's checking.
Okay.
I want to talk about a little bit of the Oilers, but I got to read some ads first. Chalmers.
Sure.
Our friends at Bet99. Of course, they're the number one gambling or online gaming experience in Canada, built by Canadians for Canadians. Elevate your experience at Bet99. Experience at Bet99 same game parlays, player props, flash bet markets, fast payouts, and smooth transactions. Provided that you are 19 plus, can do so responsibly, and you are not a person living in Ontario. A couple of things I want to discuss here. Just a couple of futures bets for you, Chalmers and Liam. You don't mind?
Mm-hmm.
Wanye, stay awake.
Thanks. What the fuck?
Stay awake over there.
Come on.
The Oilers have games in hand
Who dem is?
over the Vancouver Canucks. And yet they are very, very close in the standings. Now, I would like to know what you think of the odds that the Oilers will catch the Vancouver Canucks. Currently, the Pacific Division winner is what we're talking about.
Okay.
Canucks listed at minus 180.
Oilers are, let me guess, plus 140.
Plus 125.
Ooh.
I think they'll do it.
They're right there.
100%. I'm finally turning my colors.
You're
around.
turning your Rick on.
Turning my.
Oh, this late into a really awesome season, you've become a fan?
Yeah.
Fantastic news.
I'm
Guy
fine.
who was on an Oilers show.
Finally on board. I may have said they should have traded Fogle after like 10 games into the season when it was all
Water under the
downhill,
bridge.
but
No, we were calling
We're good
McLeod
now.
Fast Zamboni for a while in O&R.
So we have 4 games left this season. They have 2.
We have 5.
Five
They
We
games
have
left.
5. They have 4.
No, they have 3.
They have 3.
One of them is against the Oilers.
Yes.
So that's on Saturday night.
Yes. And we're doing our job right now.
This is, yep.
Beating the Golden Knights last night. Great job.
So the Oilers
So
have
there
2
is
games in hand,
Yes.
4 points back of Vancouver currently.
But if Vancouver win out, then obviously we're done.
Yes.
So basically, Saturday's game is everything.
Yes.
This is exciting. This is
So actually,
this is what gets me going.
The other future bet I want to ask you before we get into the Oilers Canucks. Do you think it makes sense that there are 4 teams above the Oilers as Stanley Cup favorites? We've got the Carolina Hurricanes, Colorado Avalanche, Florida Panthers, and the Dallas Stars, Liam.
How are the New York Rangers not up there?
yeah. So
Rangers
was
are
it
right behind
Carolina,
Edmonton.
Colorado, Dallas, and who?
Florida.
I see. The one thing I don't understand about it is how you can have 2 teams from the same division in like that range without having another team from another division who's just as good. Like
Yeah,
Dallas
you have
and
New York and
Florida,
Carolina.
Dallas and Colorado both can't get to the Stanley Cup final.
Nor
So-
can the Rangers and Carolina.
Yeah. So
No, but I think what they're saying is it's such a strong division that
But Dallas is significantly. I think Colorado has fallen off a bridge. I think they'll get bounced in the first round.
I don't know, man.
Their goaltending is not as good. And
The speed McKinnon showed in that one play like 2 days ago.
but they also won that game. Was it 5-4?
Yeah, I know. No, they're in tight games. They are in tight games right now.
Little bet and talk for our friends at Bet99.
Who do you think will win? Like, dude, what odds would you pick outside of Edmonton?
Outside of Edmonton,
Because what would Edmonton be at plus like 600?
So
they are currently plus 790 to win the Stanley Cup.
Holy moly.
So I don't know much about
five.
the East. I mean, I know what the standings are, but I don't like. If you ask me 5 players on the Carolina Hurricanes right now, I'm not totally sure I could answer that. I'll be honest with you, because we don't play them that much.
Mhm.
Last year in the East, the Florida Panthers went on a remarkable run.
10 off the season. Yeah, they went into the playoffs hot.
Yeah,
Yes.
Very hot.
I feel like I really think that it's going to be an Edmonton Florida Panthers Stanley Cup.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why I do. Would
means
that
they're
be
gonna find me
crazy?
Swimming in the
If
fountains
we
outside the ledge here
lose
soon.
the Stanley Cup final to
do you mean
Carolina and then to Florida, to
What do
those
you mean lose?
No, I'm just saying you know what? Let's live in the now. Let's live in the now.
Can we? Last night I cleaned up on Bet99, by the way, if we're living in the now.
You should have. That was a great game.
Oilers were favorited on the money line, so I took that. I'm like, okay, fine. Over 6.5, I did not hit. That was the totals. So I hedged it with Oilers over 3.5 at better odds. Crushed it. Nice little night for me on Bet99.
I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
And you'll all call me crazy, but I think this will happen. I think the New York Islanders will make the Stanley Cup final.
Hey, you're crazy.
I am crazy.
You are crazy. Yes,
Why?
you
'Cause
are
how they
a crazy
defend?
person.
I think that
The Mets, the Islanders, they will never amount to a bag of shit. They just won't.
I mean, fair enough. The goalie is one of the best. The way they play is like kind of playoff style, right? And they're red hot right now. So I think they'll
Ooh,
play.
the old lightning in a bottle coming into the playoffs. See,
Exactly.
okay,
I love that
okay.
too. And the
I
East
see
is
you.
not that good. They would have to. So if they got to the Stanley Cup final, they would have to knock out Carolina and the Rangers, who they just beat the other day. Like that a Rangers Islanders series.
Does Zibanejad have any long-term effect from that hit?
Oh my! Did you see what they said? The vicious hit.
That dude didn't even see him
He
coming.
didn't do anything. He skated to him. It was
Didn't even see him coming.
Adam Pelche, I think it was. Crazy. And now Philly is just absolutely falling apart.
Yeah, they're falling way.
Okay,
Right, yeah.
here's
They're
what
way
I
out of
love
the
so
rail-
much about the Oilers at this exact moment.
Tell me.
And I'm going to make your palms tingle.
Was it that Ryan Smith was at the game last night and he still looks great?
Do not care.
What?
No.
What the fuck?
I mean, great. He was at the game. That is not what I was
he
going to
looks
say.
fantastic. He looks jacked. The video of him putting on the jersey, he is like ripped, man.
Hair looks great.
Why
You
was he
mentioned
putting
it
on a
last
jersey?
night. Not a gray on that head.
Not a gray hair.
You can
He looks
only buy
fantastic.
those jerseys with Smith on the back.
Oh, my God.
That's
Okay.
great.
All right.
No, yeah.
All right, Ryan Smith.
Oh my God.
Ryan
There's two
Smith is the
Smiths.
reason we're all sitting
Yeah,
in this
not
room.
the
you know?
not
Ryan
the not the
Smith.
Ryan Smith that's trying to buy the Utah team. I'm talking
He
about.
did buy the Utah team, and that is
That's a
our
whole
Ryan
other
Smith.
story.
Our Ryan Smith owns the Salt Lake City
and the
Saltines.
Jazz.
The Saltines.
He's done very well for himself.
What I love so much about the Oilers right now is that McDavid, Kucherov, and McKinnon have been going back and forth, and just it was like Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, all this animosity going into it. And he proved to me, I don't believe he's that injured.
No.
I believe he is doing what the basketball players like to call is load maintenance.
Management.
Load management. Touche. Load maintenance is what I do every Sunday.
Hey, Wanye, are all your toilets
Just kidding.
every Sunday? Are all your toilets running simultaneously, Wanye, right now?
Maybe.
Probably,
It
man.
could be.
Fuck.
I'm going to call my dog Frank here and have him do a little checksy.
He, in his mind, said, do I care about the scoring race? No. I care about the playoffs. I'm here for one reason and one reason alone, to win a Stanley Cup. And I'm going to make sure that we clinch a playoff spot. And the minute we do, I'm going to get myself ready.
And they're basically what? A 1 point out of home ice in the first round?
They did it last night.
Yeah, so there they go. Like, to me, if I'm the Oilers, he doesn't play this weekend.
I would play him against Vancouver if they beat Arizona. It does mean
If he's actually
I also think
injured,
that
I would
both-
like to just let him do what he, and I love that Chris
Yeah.
Knobloch just keeps saying, we're going to talk to him.
Yeah.
And what he knows
Connor
him.
doesn't do load management.
No, man. And
No.
like
It's when he rarely does. Let him do
you
his
don't
thing.
want to force this guy to do anything.
And
Let,
so
it,
to
let
me,
him.
like, to your point, though, against Vancouver, I think the Oilers can beat them without Connor McDavid.
I think so too, but I also think if what Thomas just said is like it's up to McDavid, why would he not want to play in a game against a team that's embarrassed you 3 times this season?
Fair.
When you're like at your peak of your powers.
because
now.
that isn't the Stanley Cup.
No, but you're
That's ego. That's so if he had that kind of ego, if he cared about shit like that, if he was like, look, I want to win this small battle because this is a year-long embarrassment that they've put on us. I want to win this small battle, but put it ahead of the greater goal to achieve. Then if he's fucking even thinking about it, forget it, man. Because what we proved last night was we could go against, not a great Vegas Knights team.
They look like shit.
They look like shit. I don't even think we played as good as we have ever played. We didn't play as good as they played bad.
And we didn't have Connor.
Aiden Hill looks
Shaky.
I thought he was
bending over it. Like he looked injured.
I thought he was going to come out after that like Warren Fogel play wherever.
I believe that what we should do is, because it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. And like sure, it might mean the difference between first thing and first place and second place, whatever. In the greater mission, it's a blip. It's like a battle. It's one little battle. If you want to see how the boys can go out and see if they can do it against Vancouver and you're not feeling 100%, fucking stay down.
Yep.
Stay down.
Did you notice how he was wearing workout gear as well?
Yeah,
That's what I
because
love,
he's
'cause he's
getting his
probably
rehab in.
Yeah, it's good. He's not wasting any time.
Liam had the
Get
great
ready for
line.
But that's what. So during games, when you are a player who is injured, that is when you get your work in. Like during the game, you literally are on the table for most of the game doing your rehab and stuff. If I saw him in a suit and stuff, I'd have been like, oh, he's not injured. He's not injured at all.
That's an interesting observation, Inspector. It's smart.
Yeah.
It's like when you read lips and shit in the show.
Yeah, somebody asked me to read that Draisaitl saying to the coach something and then McDavid laughing. And
What did
there
he
is,
say?
I don't know. Because a
Corey
lot of
Perry?
reading lips is understanding body language.
That doesn't make sense.
A lot of reading lips is
I don't even know what
understanding
we're talking
body
about.
language.
Oh, no,
So
I
like,
heard what you said.
Oh.
It's the words in that order make no sense to me.
well,
How would you look at Leon's shoulder droop and know that he said potato?
the way he turns his head, I can tell if he's either upset, happy, somebody said something to him first and it's a rebuke to it. There's a bunch of different stuff. Wouldn't you?
You would be a good. One day we're going to find out you've been a fed all along. And I'll be like, he was pretty observant, officer. Pretty observant. Knew a lot about home maintenance too. A little too much for
Yeah.
a non-fed.
If you're looking for a trusted professional fence company here in Alberta that can do it all, count on our friends at Duragard Fence. For 37 years, they've been offering manufacturing, installing, and repair services, as well as a whole range of do-it-yourself solutions. The most highly trained and experienced fence installers operating the most modern fleet of equipment here in Canada. You get expert advice, free estimates from experienced professionals. Duragard Fence. Welcome to the Real Life Podcast.
Welcome, Duragard Fence.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to paint fences as a youngster.
sprayer brush.
Brush.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I painted my fence with a sprayer at the end of last summer.
Mhm.
About 2 hours.
How often should a man repaint his fence? Bi-weekly? How am I doing this?
No.
Tell me how I'm fucking this up.
You get a really good paint and you don't, but so when you spray a fence, there's a lot of overspray. So you have to get somebody on the other side with like holding something. We found that a huge piece of like rigid insulation, an 8x4 sheet, which is very light. And you stand there and the person sprays and then it hits. The problem is she starts to cake up. And then it starts to drip down and then it starts to get all over fellas' hands. So you got to really be smart about that. Maybe let it dry a little bit, but it doesn't dry on insulation that well. So anyways, there's a fence painting tutorial.
Sure, you could ask Duragard Fence about it.
Heck
They
yeah.
give you an opinion.
I think they just build, don't they? They don't paint.
I bet they got an opinion for you on painting that fence.
For sure they would.
They're professionals. Come on, man.
So Connor Brown showed a little, like he's playing well. Like really well.
The Oilers have some guys that are actually heating up at a pretty good time.
Cody
It's
Ceci
always
scoring.
like a
Great.
version of
Like
it is.
I thought that game was a lot of fun. I thought that was like a perfect confidence building game with 5 left where they go, there was the question, can we do it without Connor? How impactful will we be without Connor? And nobody was more relieved to see how well we could do it than him standing at that.
Oh yeah.
At the end of that hallway.
With Derek
right?
Ryan looking like a speakeasy proprietor from 1936.
Or like Liam said, he just looks like he's straight out of Peaky Blinders.
Oh yeah.
Somebody came to me the other day and they said, you know what I think Leon should do? When we win a cup, I think he should not sign here, go to another team and become the leader of that team, become the driver, right? It got me thinking, there's guys out there that just are not meant to drive a team. And I believe
I would say most.
I think there's some that don't have the skill set, but have the mentality to drive a team. We talk about driving lines. We talk about driving teams. You always got to have one person on a line. Of 3 forwards, one of those people has to be the driver that everybody tries to keep up with. They are the mental, they are the physical leader of that line. And when you talk about a team, I love Leon for what he does for us because he's perfected the one-timer. When he gets the puck and he's standing still, he always makes the best play. I just don't think he could drive a team. become the leader. And there is nothing wrong with being a career number 2 and being the best at that.
What?
Jaromir Jagr was a career number 2. And I don't believe that Jaromir Jagr could have driven his own team. Like, he always had Mario. When he was by himself, did he win cups? No, he was never, right? Tell me about a career, like a number 2 on a team, like a Malkin. Do you think Malkin could go run his own team?
Well,
Literally drive his own team?
Those guys, like Malkin and Draisaitl, are both on the Hart Trophy when Crosby and McDavid were out.
Right. What? They did?
Yeah.
So their number ones were out, and then they went and won.
Right. What?
Did they take him to a cup? So they were playing for the number on the back and not the emblem on the front is what you're telling me. Because you know what a number 1 does, Liam? They play for the number on the front. In men's league, do you know what I do? I almost turn my jersey around because
Are you driving a team in men's
I play
league,
for the
Charles?
number on the front. When they say, who scored that one? I go, 17 from 10. Oh, 10 over here. 10. Get that assist.
Yeah, you got it.
Because that's what a number 2
Winners
does.
do, yeah.
That's what somebody with an ego does.
But why are you wanting
you want
Leon to leave? He's got his number
No,
one.
I don't want Leon to leave.
Oh, I see.
No, that person said he should leave so he can become his own man and drive his own team. And I went, some guys, man, just don't have it in them. We don't know if he has it in him, but to me, everything that he does that's not on the ice, it gets kind of visualized as being negative.
He's just a steely German.
Well, name some positive things that he's done. Name a time where you're like, that Leon really went into the media and really like
He makes me laugh.
took charge of that situation.
Well, I think as time has marched on, Leon's become I see him out facing the hordes more often than Connor these
When
days.
he said the fans were fucking phenomenal, we put that on a shirt and sold a bunch of them. Tell me that's not positive?
He did something else for, I think it was Skinner. When Skinner made that mistake against Winnipeg,
Yes.
he came out.
He jumped on the grenade.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, who cares that we all make mistakes.
And he always
Along
shouts
those
out
lines.
his
Okay.
friends and his teammates on social.
So here's my last thing.
He does do that, yeah.
If you're going to lead a team on and off the ice, one of the biggest things you have to do is lead by example on the ice in every facet. You cannot just be the guy that stands over here and takes one-timers. You can't be the guy that just makes the sickest backhand sauce passes. You have to score timely goals to win games. Have you guys seen Leon
Yes.
in a shootout?
In the shootout?
In a shootout.
I don't know about
Have
that.
you seen him in a shootout?
I've seen him getting lots of
Pull up his
clappers.
shootout numbers. It is probably, if he's taken 10, I'm going to guess he's scored on 2.
What are we doing right now?
Now, why are you-
I'm just,
why are you picking at Leon, fool?
I'm not. What I'm saying
Just
is,
because OJ died, you're all mad?
No.
You're looking for somebody to take it out
No,
on?
what I'm saying, my point is this person that told me that he should leave to go be his own man somewhere else, I'm telling him,
I want to know the initials of who
you
this
have
is.
perfected the things that you do, and there is no shame in being a number 2. And your best years to come will be here with Leon. Don't leave. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
You mean here with Connor?
Connor, what did I say, Leon?
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I got it.
He's had 29 attempts in his career.
If he has more than 10 goals, I will be shocked.
Hang on, I'm still looking. I'm digging.
I know what McDavid is.
We're not looking at McDavid.
Oh, I'm just curious.
McDavid's 100 for 100.
So he's 28 attempts and he's at 35%.
McDavid is 45,
Shootout
44.
Is that good? I don't know. If you get 35% on anything, is that good?
Well, like,
If you're in baseball, I would say yes.
We're not in baseball.
I don't understand what's happening. You don't like Leon now?
No, I love him. I want him to stay. Somebody said to me, and a couple people
Who is
backed
this
him
person?
up.
Let's
I'm
out
not
them.
telling you. It doesn't matter who this person is. They told me
person
that
Chalmers?
he should leave.
Sometimes you take
And
your
I
own
said-
ideas and you put them into a fake third person. And you
Yeah.
say, this guy at the bus depot said to me, and I said, are you sure, bus depot guy? You are bus depot guy.
I
You
want
are Bus
Leon
Depot
to
guy.
stay here
You're
and
my
sign.
girlfriend at another school. No one's allowed to meet.
Because if Leon is first to sign, right?
Yeah.
After this year, he's the first one to sign.
She's shy.
If he leaves,
Mm-hmm.
I hope that it won't happen, but potentially that's one domino hitting another, and so forth and so on. I'm just because sometimes you just got to think about this stuff.
Everything's going great, and you're worried about the toilet running, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be even thinking about this. This is people triggering me.
But this is why your toilet doesn't run, but you're hard to deal with on a podcast.
Yes,
because you're worried about things that may or may not occur, but your toilet don't run like mine all are right now. I guarantee it.
I'm thinking about at Roger's place. How many toilets are in there? Do you have somebody scanning them all?
They probably like
they have water meters on everything.
No.
That's how we found out this was happening because of Epcor's amazing water meter system.
So do you not think if Leon left, he would be a top 10 player anymore? Like you don't think he could be
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Depending on his situation, depending on who the other alpha was. I don't believe that
Johnny Gaudreau,
if you made him the alpha on a team, that he would be able to maximize that job that he has.
I'll tell you this about our Leon. He would be frustrated a lot more in another team.
Yeah.
Because I remember early in his career, he was like kind of a grumpy guy.
He's a little
And
emotional.
He's slightly spoiled now playing with our 97 all the time. And if he got moved to like Johnny Gaudreau and the Columbus Blue Jackets, I think you'd see a lot of stick slamming and German frowning.
Gaudreau's a funny example because he was the best player on the Flames, and he left, and Matthew Tkachuk left, and now Tkachuk's an elite.
And they want to get rid of Gaudreau already. I read today.
Well, they want to get rid of everyone. Line was on the table as well, wasn't he?
They put him on a table.
I believe on the
Matthew Tkachuk, Brady Tkachuk, those two are dudes that drive a team. They can drive a team. They can lead a team. And they shield.
I don't know if I want any more of this Draisaitl slander.
I'm not slandering him. That's not what this was intended to do.
Like imaginary
That's not bad. To say that he's perfected the things he does well and that to be a number 2 behind a supreme alpha is not bad. That's not. If we all had that in our business, like that'd be great. If we knew what we could do well and we didn't. Yeah. I'm just saying. I don't know. Doesn't matter. We don't have to talk about it anymore.
I can't wait for that 8-year extension, Leon.
You know what Bag Milk does well? Foot shots.
Start a whole business on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it.
There's a lady on Real Housewives in New York that got an OnlyFans and said she makes more in a week than she did in a season of Real Housewives.
I saw there was I can't remember her name now. The girl from The Sopranos has an OnlyFans, and she said she made more on OnlyFans.
Meadows? Meadow?
No, not Meadow.
The wife of Christopher.
Portia de Rossi?
Yeah.
The one that was married to Ellen DeGeneres?
No. She's not doing OnlyFans.
Christopher's wife.
Di Matteo is her last name or something.
She made more on OnlyFans in like a month or whatever.
Her mortgage is in foreclosure. Sorry to interrupt you, Bag Milk. Her mortgage is in foreclosure. She joined OnlyFans and paid her mortgage off. Think about that.
Oh my God.
It's because you had no work during the pandemic.
Just to see some boobs.
Ray Tomato?
Feet?
Adriana La Serva.
Like
I'm sorry for that Leon slander. That was not Leon slander. That was more just like, and you know what? I'm going to make it a point to not
talk to that guy ever again.
No.
Sure.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah. Feet.
Yeah.
To only live in the now and not think about the future with the Oilers. Like, let's live in the now.
Because it's fun.
Is your
right
toilet
now.
running this instant? Yes.
In a week and a half, every second night will be
drinking.
a fucking roller coaster.
I can't wait.
I'll be drinking. Yeah. And we will be going to bed late. Work will be tougher the next day.
We should do intermission real life, Chalmers.
Oh.
They're fun.
Doing what?
Intermission real life. Like we should do some intermission content.
Okay. We can do that.
They're funny.
Are we going to be going to games?
I don't know. We do
Where
those
are tickets
BOA
at?
boys.
Where are
Those
tickets
fun.
at? Let's go. Uncle Carrie, let's go. Oh.
They're expensive. Imagine what the blended lows are in the
expensive.
playoffs.
Yeah, no, they're very expensive. I know.
So I'm going to have to sell a kidney here right away.
Totally fine. You got 2 of them.
Yeah, only need one. Can't play contact sports after.
Really?
Can we just quickly hit on the Masters?
Sure.
As being what I like to call the gateway to spring.
In
The
our
real-
office pool,
Yeah.
our boy Rick only wanted to pick Tiger in his 5.
Question.
Yes.
I start a nation NFL fantasy football league. I start a bracket
You're
challenge.
very helpful.
I'm very helpful with that kind of stuff. You guys have a Masters pool. I am probably the biggest fan in this building of golf other than JR. And somehow I'm not involved. What happened?
I'm throwing Spencer.
Who
right under the
is Spencer? I can't wait to see which one comes in because I'm not do
They're not allowed
know
to come
who
in here.
Spencer is.
They're-
Spencer!
No, you're not allowed to tease them. They're not allowed to come in here.
How does this guy put together a Masters pool and doesn't include the golf guy?
Fuzzy Zeller
The
over
guy
here.
who talks about the guy who loves golf.
Well,
The guy
you
who is
know-
taking his children to the simulator tonight.
Tom Kite without
and
the glasses
tomorrow
over
night.
here.
Do you know the score?
What score?
Of the game of the Masters right now?
Right this minute?
Like, do you know
I
what
could tell you the top 5 on the leaderboard the minute I walked in this room. Bryson DeChambeau was -4.
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say you get 3 picks right now. Then
Right this minute.
right now you can pick 3 players and get.
What if I? We all have 5. What if I pick the 3 people that I picked?
You could probably pick 5
in my other.
I was thinking to not. Yeah, sure.
I'll
can pick.
No.
You get 5 players.
I picked 5
that you're going to pick
in another pool.
So we'll put you up on the wall then. Because like what? The first round's not over. Is it?
No.
No.
You have Fox. And
But I've already picked these dudes. I'm not going to pick that guy.
I'm just kidding. Go on.
So this would be my 5.
All right.
Oh, it is not good.
But no, there's no changing.
But it's only day 1.
We all submitted our picks. We had to have them in yesterday.
Yikes.
Rick did his at 3
Rory,
a.m.
Brooke, Cantlay, Chris Kirk, and Hideki.
Just text me those and I'll get you on the wall.
I got him here as well. Cantley. What was the last guy?
Hideki,
What was
Matsuyama, Chris Kirk, Patrick Cantley, Brooks Koepka. Wow, I am not doing good.
No, the last guy was Hideki.
There you have it. Chalmers is in the pool.
Bryson DeChambeau -7. There's nobody in this world I would like to win a golf tournament less than Bryson DeChambeau.
I bet Brooks is right there with you.
You hate Brooks?
Do those guys still have that thing?
I love Brooks, yeah.
Do they still have their like
That's
beef?
what I mean. Yeah, you don't like it.
Who knows? They went to live, and so now nobody cares.
In mine, I have Matt Fitzpatrick, Cameron Smith, Scotty Scheffler, Nick Taylor, and
Can we talk about why I didn't take Scotty Scheffler?
Yeah.
Him and Sam Burns are best friends.
Okay.
Can I run through my 5 quickly?
Oh, and I have that
Sure.
A-Berg.
But can I just finish this? It'll take 2 seconds.
Yep.
The reason I didn't take Scotty Scheffler or Sam Burns, best friends. And clearly, 9 months ago, they went to a resort somewhere and they got it on.
With each other?
No, with their wives.
Oh, gross.
Because they are on baby watch. Their wives are literally about to have babies. And at any moment,
best time to leave.
They could have to leave. Now, if you're Scotty Scheffler or Sam Burns, if you're leading the Masters going into the 4th round and you get the call, baby's on the way. Do you leave?
No.
Is it your baby?
Baby's not going to remember you're not
Sam
there.
Burns has never won a Masters,
Baby
so
don't
I
know
get
nothing.
him.
Baby-
Scotty Scheffler has won a Masters.
Yeah, but how much money does he win if he wins? Like
It's like-
42 million, isn't it?
42 million.
Isn't it like
That's
2
the
million bucks?
purse. That's it. No, it's
Oh,
like
is that-
4 million.
4
or
million.
something.
Wow, still, that's pretty
You
good.
take it.
I mean, it's pretty good, I guess.
Chalmers, how do you feel about my 5? I feel
Let's
like
hear
this
it.
is the winning 5. I've got Scotty Scheffler. I've got John Rahm. I've got Wyndham Clark. I've got Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas.
So there was no cap. You picked the 4 best players. Like, yeah, I like it a lot. I don't get it. Was there no money
I was
cap?
given a list and I got to pick 5. What do you want me
Well,
to do?
that is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So you picked numbers 1 through 5 in the
No.
world ranking of golf?
Just Googled PGA World Rankings.
I picked them via Spencer's sheet.
Jordan Spieth has an elbow right now, so he is.
Well, I
We all
have
have
2.
elbows, Chalmers.
I have 2 of them.
You have the top 3 ranked golfers, and this is
We all have elbows.
This pool's a dumbest. Spencer.
Do you want me to win? Because that's what's going to happen.
Spencer's so
I
getting lit
play
up
within
when
the
I walk out of
rules
this door.
I'm given. There was no cap. I was given a list and they
No
said pick
cap?
5. No cap.
All right.
I'm all killer, no filler.
Well, your
Sometimes,
Masters pool.
Chalmers,
This is what happens when you let the children run a Masters pool. There's no structure. There's no. What the hell is going on here? Yeah,
I picked my guys that I liked over the first 2 seasons of Full Swing.
You picked number 1 through 5 in the world golf rankings. That's
Listen
what
to
you
this.
did.
A few weeks ago, I'm on the Gregor show. No big deal. No diddy.
Who Gregor is?
And
Oh, that guy with the orange glasses.
that's the one.
Diddy.
And I go, oh, wow.
No Diddy.
I always get in trouble because they do the 5 questions. I never do my homework, right? And they'll send me an email like 1:30 for a 4 o'clock appearance being like 5 questions. And I'm like, nah. So I go in there and if I don't know the answer, I just ridicule the question maker and tell him he's an idiot and make up gibberish. And Gregor gets so mad. right? Whenever we go to break, he's like, dude, you have to read the 5 questions. I'm like, okay, I will next week. And sometimes I'll come in and he'll be and he'll be like, questions, did you read the 5? And I'm like, no, just to fuck with him, right? So then the other day, I can't remember what tournament it was. It was like, who's going to win the blah, blah, blah tournament? And I was like, oh, I didn't do my research. So as Gregor's rambling on, I Google the favorite and it's Scotty Scheffler. And I don't know shit about golf.
Neither do I.
So they come to me and they're like, who's going to win this week? And I'm like, Scotty Scheffler. And Gregor turns purple with rage. And I'm like, what the fuck is he so mad about? And then whatever we go to commercial, he's like, he's injured. You idiot. He is injured. Can you at least look at the leaderboard? I'm like, oh.
We should do 5 questions.
It's hard. 5 questions is hard. You got to do research. It's like, who do you like between Purdue and the Illinois Fighting Irish tonight? And I'm like, my God in heaven. Fuck you. How does that sound?
On sports radio, they ask you this question.
Yeah, what?
And I say, who the hell do you people think you
So
are?
you're on sports radio, but
I'm
you're
here to talk
lamenting that
about-
they're asking you sports questions.
I'm here in the Gregor Show
That
to
makes
talk
a lot
about
of
2
sense.
things. One, nightclubs that shut down in the mall.
Okay.
I insist we discuss this every other show.
What's your favorite of all time? Your favorite?
Is it Rum Jungle? It's
Rum
gotta be
Jungle,
Rum
okay.
Jungle.
We ascended to a different level of society when you got into Rum Jungle. All
Yep.
the Boobarassi were kept outside.
Yep. Juice, hard to.
Juice is good.
Escape was good.
Second thing I like, Escape. The Joint.
Oh,
If you wanted to watch a fight or
So-
two.
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about outside the mall.
Yeah.
Best club you ever been to?
Cowboys.
Cowboys Thursday.
Without exception.
25-cent draft.
Yeah.
Without exception.
What's number two? What's if you had an outside looking in? OLI.
Ezzy's Tuesday.
Oof.
Ooh.
Club Malibu, the Morgue.
I remember thinking I should go to Nate because I want to go to Ezzy's. And
You
then my
have to
dad
go to
being
Nate to
like,
go to
you go to a
Ezzy's."
different school, just go to the bar there. And I was like, but the transport time.
Yeah. Doesn't work.
I remember going to the Rat
The Nest.
and being like, oh, I hate these university
Everyone's a
students.
liberal arts student.
Yeah.
I remember taking you to the university once and meet me, and you're like, I gotta get out of here. I don't like it here.
I don't like
was like,
it
what the
there.
fuck are you talking about? You're- yeah.
Some guy
what
at
was that one
Bergenstocks just
downtown?
looked
The,
at me wrong.
the Globe was fun.
Yeah,
Remember the Globe?
Yeah.
of course.
I had a good time in the Globe.
Yeah. Santana's for pre-Cowboys.
Oh, remember going to Santana's once? So drunk
Oh,
and saying,
Cougarville.
"It's dead in here at Cowboys." They're like,
So,
you're at Santana's. I was wrong.
We have a buddy who we've constantly talked about bringing him on here. And back in the day, he used to say, I just want to go talk to MILFs. That's all I want to do. So I'm going to the Galleria,
Oh boy.
which was in the lobby of the Mayfield Inn.
Yeah.
The Galleria. He used to go to the Galleria and drink OVs, old Vienna beers.
And he was 19 and the MILFs were 70.
Oh, yeah.
A delicious OV.
Where was Cowboys?
Where was
Cowboys
it?
is
Yeah.
Oh
Stony
my
Plain Road.
Stony Plain Road, like
Do you know where
100
Danny
meters.
Andrews
Across the
Ford
street
is?
from the
No.
Best Buy.
Do you know where that
Oh, okay.
Dairy Queen is?
I know where the Best Buy is.
It's basically across the street from the Best Buy.
Where's
More or less.
Cowboys?
A little bit.
You know
west, I
how
guess.
I'm getting old? A guy who doesn't look that much younger than me just asked, where was Cowboys?
Yeah. Well,
That
Still a
hurts.
young buck.
Yeah, you are a young
Not
buck.
even 28 yet.
Almost. You're running out of time though, bro. It's on the board.
revive Juice.
Hello.
Revive the Juice. He's gone down.
All right.
There you have it. I want to thank all of our friends, DoorDash, Snow Valley Aerial Park and Rainbow Valley Campground, Bet99, and DuraGuard Fence. It's been the Real Life Podcast.